A harmless in-game mechanic shows just how far Jones is willing to go to save Peely. So here's how the Chapter 5 storyline is starting. We have two factions, the Society and the Underground. The Society seems to be run as a collective, so we have Oscar, Nisha, Montague and Valeria. But the idea of the Society was pitched by Montague, with the others accepting his vision. I present my vision for this island's future, the Society. He then reveals it to the others, who seem to be in agreement. Now I see a lot of people making a Midas connection because the logo is predominantly seen as gold with the hands and the eye, but I believe because the Society is Montague's idea and vision, he's the one to formulate and structure it. So to break down this logo, the eye is his vision for the Society and the hands represent that he's going to sculpt that vision. But that doesn't mean it couldn't have double meaning, a double entendre to this logo, meaning that Midas could be returning. Of course, this logo is actually on Midas's old boat, the Merry-Go. There's a lot of Chapter 2 hints on the Chapter 5 map, including the device chair at this Chapter 5 location. More on this house later, but who's the Society up against? Well, they're up against the Underground, with Hope, who is Valeria's sister. And next to Hope, we can see John Jones, who appears to have joined the Underground because of course he wants to go and get Peely back. It's pretty much confirmed through loading screens that the Society has taken Peely, and it's also pretty helpful when they sign their ransom notes. We have your precious banana. Further details of his capture to come. Now I think this season could get pretty dark, and it's to do with these boards. Now they're all over Underground territory, and obviously it's quite easy to tell which one is in the Underground territory and which is a Society. You can actually tell on the map. Medallions would be a Society location, and of course the Underground logo is an Underground location. But these boards are actually reactive. When you kill one of these bosses, there will be an X against their picture. And I kind of think that's how the challenges will go. Each week or each quest week, we will take one of these characters out to of course try and track down where they've got Peely. Fortnite further tweeted this out: missing Peely, last seen 12th of the 1st, 11:59. Description: tall, yellow, would make a great smoothie. Now the reason the Society took Peely may have been for his vision seeing ability, but he was taken a minute before midnight. Now the loading screen here is called Midnight Jewelist, but while I believe that is good, I think there's a better explanation for this. He was taken before the end event. Now, minutes to midnight may refer to the Doomsday Clock, which is a real life thing. The closer it gets to midnight, the closer we are to the end. Now, because Peely was taken before the Big Bang event, that would have been before the end, so a minute before midnight would be kind of close. And of course, the Doomsday Clock, Doomsday Machine, oh my god, Midas is coming back. An interesting bit of dialogue I came across is when Hope talks to Oscar. Now Hope still hangs out hope that Oscar will leave the Society because he wasn't always part of the Society. But who else is part of the Society? Well, we have Peter Griffin and also Stash and Siren. Now Stash is an interesting one, which actually links to Chapter 4. During Chapter 4 Season 2, the Syndicates told us to look through their network since the Saboteur had been through it. Turns out all the files about the last reality was corrupted, but because we had access to the Syndicate's network, we saw a little bit more than that. We saw Thunder's cookbook, but we also saw personnel for the Syndicates. Twin, Evie, Peely and Stash. They had Peely marked down as a potential recruit, pending approach. They had Stash as a contractor who was pending a promotion. During them quests, Evie said something quite interesting about new recruits.
Recruits don't usually make it to a third conversation with us. Great work.
Yeah. Things can get spicy when you're running with the Peace Syndicate.
This evidence actually looked quite incriminating for the Peace Syndicate, and they had motive and they had resources to carry this out. And how does Stash come into it? Well, the Peace Syndicate marked him down for a promotion because he was only a contractor. Now you see him this season with a brand new style, a Society style, and questions have to be asked. And of course characters have collection books if they're an NPC, and this was his back in Chapter 3 Season 3. Stash has officially joined forces with the secretive Peace Syndicate. Their mission on the island is still unclear, but whatever they're up to, they're gonna need a getaway driver. So guys, make of that what you will. And remember what I was saying about throwbacks? Well, there was a lot of throwback to the Syndicates here, the Luminaries, the Peace Syndicate, and in that house where the majority of the Peace Syndicate stuff is, there is Midas's device chair. There is a theory going around that Midas is X. That's who Evie was speaking to, this X. No one knows who he or she is. Many suspect this to be Midas because back in chapter 3 we had a restaurant on Syndicate shoals which had napkins with an M on it and as well had a book which looked like it had all the information about the device. But as I keep hearing in my comment section and many people's comment section that chapter 2, chapter 3 and chapter 4 doesn't even happen now, so who really cares? So it looks like for society and the underground are going to go to war. But that's not the important thing, it's whatever Hope's sister Valeria is working on. Now this loading screen is fascinating. It's called the Burning Ambition, with the in-game description being, knowledge is power and I intend to know everything. And I believe what she's trying to research is literally everything, and that's the 0 point. In this loading screen we see images of Jones, but as well as Jones we see 2 images of the 0 point and a unknown chest. You can actually see this book in-game now if you go to Valeria's POI. And whatever that is probably key to this season and to this chapter. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Leave a like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's been your boy Mr. JLY. It's next time, bye bye.